Thank you. So good evening, everybody. A really warm welcome to our online parents information evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Parsons and I'm the principal of the college. It's really lovely to see so many of you joining us this evening, and it's also really nice to see so many of our prospective students joining us this evening too. I appreciate that this is both an anxious and hopefully more an exciting time for students and for parents, and making the transition to secondary school is overwhelming in normal circumstances, but we're doing it with the added complication of a global pandemic. So please be reassured that we will make your transition as smooth as possible. We're really looking forward to welcoming this year group to us in September, and we'll be starting the academic year in September with a day just for Year 7. We will have all of our staff and all of our new Year 7 students on the first day of the autumn term, and this will take place on Wednesday, the 8th of September. There'll be more information about this day to follow. It will cover some elements of the transition days that haven't been able to take place during the summer term, and will provide a really good stepping stone to starting their academic year with us at the college. I hope that you've found the communication with the college useful so far, and I would like to reassure you that we will continue to work hard to ensure that we make your son or daughter's transition a successful one, and I do encourage you to ask questions. We are having to do things differently again this year, but for us it's an opportunity to reflect on what we do and what is important at this time. Our transition team have spent a great deal of time speaking to all the primary schools and have built up a wealth of experience of information on each individual student. We've also put a number of video clips together, which are available on the website. And in addition to this year, we've also put a range of subject-specific activities for students to get involved with too. There is still some uncertainty around COVID, and therefore we have made the decision to maintain year group tutor groups for next year. We would normally follow a vertical tutoring model. However, we do not want to disrupt students once the academic year is started, and therefore your son or daughter will be starting in a Year 7 tutor group in September. The relationships between us all, students, parents and teachers, are the most important element of our success, and I'm looking forward to working with you and the whole community as we strive for even greater success for all of our young people. We know that by working together, we can ensure that all students enjoy their time at the college by making excellent progress and then leaving us with the necessary skills and attitudes to lead successful and fulfilling lives. It is vital that we work together to enable your child to reach their potential over what we will hope will be a 7-year journey. Sidmouth College has a strong and vibrant learning community, and I look forward to working with you all in the future. I would like to finish by saying that I'm really passionate about education and ensuring that we work tirelessly to provide young people with the best possible life chances. Every decision that we make at Sidmouth College has the achievement of all of our students at the heart of it. Achievement not only in the academic success, but also outside the classroom through enrichment. I'm proud to say that our students have access to high quality education, high quality teaching and learning, and high quality enrichment. And our successes over the last few years are a testament to this. We are a school of choice. I look forward to working with your sons and daughters and watching them grow and flourish into successful young adults. I would now like to invite Mr. White to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt White. I'm in charge of the pastoral provision at Sidmouth College, and we're really proud of what we do and how we do it. We're a choice of school for many parents and children because of what we offer, but also how we choose to deliver our educational experience. We have a really close-knit team of adults that work tirelessly to look after your son or daughter in a real good family atmosphere where no one gets overlooked. We manage to foster a culture of success and support for everyone due to our size of school, allowing everyone to succeed. And students within the school always know that I talk about that our job is to get you ready for whatever your next step is, whether it's after 16 or 18, as many choices as possible is open to you, and to have experienced as many opportunities as possible by being with us and working with us. As a parent, myself, I've got 2 sons, one who's year 8 and one who's year 11. Fairly recently, I've been through that primary secondary transfer, so I've got a bit of an understanding how it feels from your perspective as parents. But it is a period of change for both parents as well as the young people. And when people, the students start here in year 7, we've adapted our first couple of weeks to help that period, which is a little bit unsettling at times, to make it easier. So things like having lunches first, getting to meet new friends and creating those opportunities to see clubs and activities, all those things are about reassuring and establishing good patterns of behaviour and routines for everyone. Next term, we're going to plan a meet the tutor evening somehow. Not sure what it's going to look like at the minute, but in the first couple of weeks, you as a parent will be able to meet your tutor who's working with your son or daughter to place a name to a face, because we want you to be involved and have contact with people you can recognise as well, which is important. Throughout the rest of the year, we have regular contact. We're only ever a phone call away or an email. So we would encourage you as parents and carers to get in contact with us, and our staff are always happy to share and discuss any concerns and also share any successes with you too. We have really high expectations at the college. Students who are here will tell you that. And we encourage students to be really positive in our school environment. We try to recognise the positives and reward and celebrate successes, both small and large, throughout our life at school. And we look forward to sharing those with you as well as parents. My eldest son, who's just left secondary school this last month, it seems to have flashed by in no time at all. So I'd really encourage you to make the most of those conversations, asking questions about what happens at secondary school, and get involved in your son or daughter's life at school. We really make sure that your son or daughter is safe, but on the very rare occasions where poor behaviour might occur, we deal with this robustly with a really good team that was supporting staff with teachers, and we ensure that every child can continue their learning and not be disrupted. And we have established really high standards, which we're uncompromising on, to maintain the best for each and every child. Excuse me. Lastly, we want children and young people to get involved in the wider bits of college life, from sports to arts to roles of responsibility and leadership. We're really proud of our students at the college, and hope we can see that your son or daughter will lead, contribute and succeed as well with us. I'm now going to stop talking a moment. I'm going to hand over to Jo Rice, who's will also claim the third claim tonight of being the best house and the best head of house. I'm sure that is the case, and I'll pass over to her.
Hello everybody, good evening and welcome, and welcome to everybody that's sitting at home feeling a little bit anxious and nervous about what's coming around the corner. I too have had 2 boys come through this school and they've loved it, and they've moved on to other things now, but I remember being there as a parent myself as well, so I have that to offer you as parents and also you new year 7s when you come in and join us. So welcome, and let's get started. I'm Jo Rice, Miss Rice in school. Sorry, can you hear me now? The year 7 tutors, we have year 7 tutors, we have 1 for each house. Mr. Williams will be year 7 Drake tutor. He's a really experienced tutor and looking forward to everybody joining him in September. They're all really experienced tutors, and Mrs. Masters will be our mixed tutor group, which means there'll be several year 7s from all houses in that tutor group. But as a year 7 cohort, we'll come together at various times, so you all get to know one another as well. And that'll be especially easier now if the bubbles have moved away and we can do more of the things that we normally do in school, which will be great for everybody. So we're looking forward to that. Contact at the college. As a head of house, I really believe that communication between home and school is essential, and it's just great to share great things, and if there are any concerns or questions, to nip things in the bud as quickly as possible. So I would encourage you all to contact myself or your year 7 tutor to let us know if you have anything that you want to talk about, and we can help you with that. We have our half-term New College newsletter, which is great, and everybody looks forward to looking through that for photographs and information about all the wonderful things that we do here. We also have weekly planners that we'll come on to in a minute. But this year, or in September, we're hoping to reintroduce the stamping system, which I'll talk about, now that some of the restrictions have been eased. And I think that's a really useful key and feedback communicator between home and school. So I think that's a really good thing for us to be able to share between home and school. Just a reminder, really, if your son or daughter is going to be absent, if you could call our attendance line before 9:10 in the morning, it just helps us, because obviously if it's a safeguarding concern, if we think that maybe you think as parents are in school and they're not in school, we just need to know as soon as possible. So that's really helpful. And likewise, if you know of anything, a dentist appointment or something coming up that can't be avoided, if you just let us know, that's really helpful, and we can accommodate that and plan around where possible. So talking about homework, so all you year sixes out there looking on now, I don't want this to fill you with dread, and I don't want you to worry about it. Of course we do homework at school here, it's an important part of learning, but it isn't something to worry about. Initially, you'll only be asked to do homework in the core subjects, which is science, maths and English, for the first couple of weeks, and then we'll sort of introduce more homework as it goes on. But it should always be manageable. And what I'd say to you, I'd probably say this as a mum as well, is have a little plan about homework. You know, plan it into your daily routine, and the days you haven't got any, that's a bonus. The days you have got some, then let's just get it done and move on. And then you'll get a big tick from school, you'll get a tick from parents and carers, and everybody will be happy. As I say, Satchel One is an app that you will have, and parents can also have. And it's a great way of sort of logging in and checking up to make sure everything's being done in a timely manner without having to necessarily nag at home. And then as and when a little word might be needed, then you can do it in a positive, constructive way. And then it doesn't become a big issue. So that's what I'd say, but it's a really useful app. So please do use that. Right, this is the planner that we're talking about. What you'll see is we have 5 stamps for our 5 lessons in each day. And what we'd like to see is a teacher positive stamp in each of the squares. At the end of the week then, as parents and carers, if you were able to sort of review that planner with your child, and sign it, what that means, it feeds into our praise and house point system, and they will get an extra house points for doing that, because it shows us a communication between home and school. And likewise, if there's any concerns, there might be something written in there. And if you have any feedback to the tutor, you can also use this as a form of contact, which is really helpful. The Sidmouth College Way, this is an important part of who we are at Sidmouth College, and it's really simple. It's 5 things, and it's 5 things that we get to know really quickly. I'm just going to read them to you. So it's be ready to learn, and that enables you and others to learn, which is really important in our environment here. As you would expect, we treat everybody in the environment around us with respect. We always try and work to the best of our ability, and we fulfill our responsibilities. Those are quite big words, aren't they? But honestly, you will grow into that. And if you think about treating others as you would like to be treated and doing your best, you can't go far wrong. That's what I'd say. Classroom non-negotiables. Well, I'm not going to go through all of these, nothing to worry about. These are non-negotiables that you would expect any classroom environment to have. I'll pick one out. Stay in your seat. I mean, that's an obvious one. Unless the teachers ask you to move, you would be expected to stay in your seat. It just gives an environment so that everybody gets the best at learning experience from that lesson. So it's a set of expectations that we enforce across the school, both in tutor time and in lesson time. And don't worry about this, because when you come in September, probably all of your teachers will reinforce this at the beginning of lessons, just so that you know what the expectations are for those lessons. So don't worry about it. Right, this is part of my favourite bit, house points. I'm sure that the heads of house that have gone before me this evening will say that their house is the best. Well, all I can say is that they don't always get everything right because our house is the best. We are the best house by far. And what we're going to do as a team is we're going to get as many house points as we can to show the other houses how wonderful we are. So I can help you with that. I can give you house points for doing the things, being helpful, being kind, being respectful. So it's good to get to know me, and it's really good for me to get to know you. Your tutors, now they are really good at giving house points. So do some useful things for them, do as you're asked, get your planners signed every week, that'll help you. It's really easy. We want positive reinforcement. We want you to succeed and do well. So praise for us in school is important, and there'll be more news about praise next year and what it can maybe bring to you, because we're encouraging people to do well through the positive system. I have to say, obviously, on occasion, we have to think about a consequence for maybe some behaviour choices that haven't been the best. As year 7s, 8s, 9s, and sometimes even as adults, we don't always make the best choices, and we just sometimes have to reflect about that. So this system, it's a simple system. We start with a C1, which is the lowest sort of consequence there is, and it can escalate to a C4. We're hoping that at a C1 stage, whatever the consequence is, I don't know, talking out of turn or not following an instruction, we're hoping that being corrected at a C1 by a member of staff, then that student will think, okay, I'm going to learn from that, I won't do that again. And then it stays as a C1 and we don't escalate up. If we do escalate up, we try and unpick the reason for that, and we contact parents and discuss things as we need to, and as I'm sure you would hope. And then we work closely with parents to reinforce and do anything else we might need to do to support. So the praise system and the consequence system. Uniform, right. So uniform, it's really important to get this right. And I think probably one of the things I'd like to ask you all, I mean, it's on the website, a full list. The things that often parents and students, or maybe students because they want, is getting the shoes right. So it's really important to have black polishable shoes. So not the suede ones that you can't polish, that aren't sort of got a smooth finish. So we need that sort of shoe. It's really helpful. Sometimes when we do assemblies in different rooms, sometimes shoes, and with drama and things, shoes have to be taken off. So to have everything labelled is a really helpful thing. We have a lost property, but it's sometimes difficult to get things back to their right homes. So do label things. It's a bit boring, but once it's done, it's done. Back in the day, I used to sew on things, and now I've got a marker pen. It's just quick and easy. But I'd encourage you to do that. And as you can see, we can get uniform from Thomas More and Exeter or Honnison Sports Shop. And do check out the website because there's a full list there. So Edulink 1, I have this, I had this as a parent, and it is really helpful. It's a communication tool app that you can download, and it supports, with support for a website for those unable to access the app. So basically, it enables you to look at behaviour and praise and maybe attendance. And if you want to contact school, you can use this form. So really helpful link for you contacting us at school. The college day. So this is going to be slightly different for us next year. But for you new year 7s coming in, it'll be new to you, so how it is. And basically you're going to get a break from 11:15 to 11:35. And at that break, you'll probably go to I think you go to the canteen, which is our main area. And you can either buy something there, you can sit inside, or you can go outside to one of the courts, the top court area, and catch up with friends and have a well-earned break. And you probably will be quite tired in the early days because the routine will be different. You'll be learning, the way around the new school environment. Geographically, you'll be walking around probably a lot more than in primary school. So you probably will need a break and a biscuit and a drink. So make sure you think about that. And then lunch as well. So we have 5 lesson periods in the day, and then you get lunch at 12:30 or 12:35, which is a great time for year 7s, I think. a good time of the day, and then you've got plenty of fuel for 2 periods before you go home. Enrichment, it will be after school clubs. Hopefully we'll be able to offer a lot more next year. I know we're excited about that and looking forward to being able to offer you a wide range of things. So I would encourage you to think about, you know, when we put the offer out there, to have a look at it and maybe try some new things. It's a really good opportunity to try some new things and make some new friends. So that's a great thing to do. Mobile phones, okay. We know everybody has them, or virtually everybody has them, and that's okay. But what we don't want is to be seeing them in school. So if you do bring them into school, please switch them off and keep them away. There is no there's no reason for you to need them in school. If you need to contact home, or if home needs to contact you, we'd encourage parents to go via reception, and we can get messages to students easily. And if a student needs to contact home, likewise, they can go to reception and ask to call home, or find an adult, find myself as a head of house or a tutor, and say, look, I need to contact home, or I need to do something, is it okay? And then we'll say, absolutely, that's fine. But what we don't want is people using phones because it's a distraction, and we also need to safeguard our students whilst they're in school. So if it's confiscated, the first time it will be taken, it will be kept at reception, and the student can get it at the end of the day. The second time, if it's confiscated, a parent will need to come and collect it, or carer. And the third time, if it's confiscated a third time, we will then keep that phone until the Friday of that week, and then again a parent or a carer will need to come in and collect it. So top tip is, you know, don't get your phone out and turn it off. You know, make sure that you turn it off, because otherwise it can ping in class, and that's really embarrassing. And if you need to use a phone for any reason, just ask a member of staff. Thanks. Reports and parents' evenings. Well, obviously this last year we've been doing things online and Zoom. I'm not sure what next year is going to bring yet, so we'll wait and see. But there will be opportunities, as Mr. White said earlier, to meet your tutor, hopefully early part of September. So you can actually put a face to a name, and then you will obviously get a report that's sent home showing attitudes to learning and progress. Information for parents' evenings will be on the website from September in the calendar, and you'll be sent an invitation reminder to encourage you to attend parents' evenings. We would encourage you to attend a parents' evening, because it's really great to be able to give positive feedback and constructive feedback at that time. So please do attend when you're able to. First day of term, Mrs. Parsons mentioned earlier, we're really looking forward to seeing you all on the first day of term, which is an induction day on the 8th of September. We will let you have further details nearer the time. As it says there, bring your PE kit with you. You will be getting obviously your timetable on that day, but if you've got your kit with you, then if you need it, you have it. It's a really great opportunity for us to welcome you here into college. We'll be able to familiarise you with the college grounds. You'll be able to meet me hopefully in person, and the tutors and some friendly faces. I don't want you worrying about getting lost. That's one of the top questions apart from homework is, will I get lost? And you might get lost, but you won't get lost by much. And if you get lost, there'll be lots and lots of people that can help you. So just ask. Or if you look a bit lost, there'll be people looking out for people looking a little bit worried, and we'll just help you find your way. Nobody's going to get into trouble for being a little bit late to lessons in the early days, because it's you know, it's all new for you, and we want you to be happy and settle in well. So please don't worry about that. The website, we have a great website, recently updated, and it really does have lots of fantastic information and resources on it. So if you haven't already, I'd encourage you to have a quick look and check it out. Lots of drop down boxes and a real wealth of information there, you know, from uniform to calendar dates to supporting good health and mental well-being, a real wide range of things. So do have a look when you get a minute. I think there's a video as well, a transition video or something. So you can probably have a look at that as well. But I just want to say thank you very much for your time this evening and joining us or joining me. And I really, as head of house, look forward to speaking to you and meeting you as parents. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you all the students here in September, and have a lovely summer holidays before we get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Rice. So just to finish, obviously, thank you for attending. Mrs. Rice just showed you a snapshot from the website there. On the website, within the transition section, you will find a number of really useful videos that I would encourage you to watch before September. Some of those are generally just about how the college works, but we've got some question and answer videos that our current year 7s have put together, especially for the transition. So do take time to have a look at those. We've also got some subject-specific activities that we'd like the children to have a go at as well, and we'll be sharing that through the primary schools. So take some time to have a look at the website. There is a wealth of information there for you. So once again, thank you for joining us this evening. We are really looking forward to welcoming you in September. Enjoy the last few weeks of primary school, the last few weeks of year 6, and I hope you have an enjoyable last few weeks, and we'll see you all in September. So we'll finish the meeting now and say goodbye. We'll see you all soon. Okay, bye.